Hey, Batharian, thanks for the host. Hi. How's it going? Hey, Smajir. Hi. I just started. A second ago. Actually. I saw you play the first, this Legacy of Kain or Blood Omen game. How was it? I lurked a bit while I was doing stuff. Great game. Had fun. Cannot wait for a sequel with more gameplay. Yeah, I have a few friends who didn't like Outer Worlds. And a few other people who really liked it. But the game is kinda short. Like 15 hours, 20. But it's by Obsidian. I kinda like all of their games. All of them. There was a good discount on Epic Game Store. Also, some people don't like Epic Game Store. But it has good discount. Normal or hard? Enemies have standard health and damage. Enemies have more health and do more damage. Yeah, definitely not story. Maybe normal. Supernova. You must eat, drink and sleep. Companions can die permanently. Привет, Onion. It's like survival mode. No. Normal. Nova. I actually played Fallout 4 on survival, like the maximum difficulty. That was a long playthrough. It's not super fun, cause on highest difficulty enemies have tons of HP. You just like 10 headshots and the enemy is still alive. More like easy mode. But they have a ton of HP on survival.
Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever. just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
You haven't played it? I remembered suddenly about it, and there was a discount on Epic Game Store. Я про нее чуть резко вспомнил, и еще это, скидка хорошая более-менее. Там эти купоны на Epic Game Store. Дополнительная скидка. Rank, dexterity, intelligence, perception, charm, temperament. So,
I hope you're ready to shoulder a burden, friend.
below average is the worst. Average, good, high, and very
Very
high.
low likelihood of explosive cell death. You could survive on the surface of Tartarus briefly.
Affects melee weapon damage and the amount you can carry. Melee attack speed and ranged weapon reload speed. So both intelligence and charm affect persuade, which I usually try to increase, like charm or charisma. Headshot and weak spot damage bonuses. Both, wait, wrong, both. What? I'm confused. Heard Betharian being said. I said, okay. I said both intelligence and charm affect persuasion. Yeah. So how was the game you played? It was the oldest
This one's decent,
Legacy
I
of Kain
suppose.
game. Blood Omen, yeah. It was good. You don't need charisma if you can save and load. I try not to use this kind of cheats. Temperament improves your natural health regeneration. Lie. There's another skill. They're different. Persuade, lie, and intimidate. Привет, Лу. Да, вообще, новинка. Прошлогодняя. А сейчас, кстати, из ближайших именно новинок. Ближайшее, что это? Last of Us. Okay, let's increase the
What do we have here?
charm. More intelligence. Like that. Вебка пропадет без красного лица. Only 2 points. Leadership skills improve companion health and their abilities in combat. Increase the damage inflicted by your companions. Knowledge of bodies, tools in the universe, medical. Increase the heal amount provided from items in inhaler. Как дела? У меня нормально. Выздоровел. Более-менее. The lockpick skill reduces the unlock time and number of mech picks needed to be for picking locks. Болел, да. Аж несколько раз. The sneak skill reduces your detection range while crouched, increase NPC awareness decay, and allows pickpocket and sneak attacks. Носить маску нужно. Ну, маска помогает не заразить кого-то, а от того, чтобы заразиться самому, не помогает. Dialogue. Skill improve your ability to talk with NPCs, both and out of combat. In combat. Each point in dialogue significantly increase Persuade, Lie, and Intimidate skills, up to 50 points each. After 50, you can specialize by adding points directly to Persuade, Lie, or Intimidate. Humans have a 20% chance to cover in fear for 3% 3 seconds after the first time you hit them. Rumble, 10% chance, auto mechanicals will slowly attack other enemies instead of you. Я видел, какая вот в этом Pathfinder очень большой этот редактор создания персонажей, класса. Там очень много всего. Там бы надолго завис, наверное.
You could probably talk your way out of a landing ticket.
And ranged, I guess.
You are going to paint this system red, my friend.
Сейчас домой вечером в черных штанах, черной худи, черной маске и в капюшоне. Когда в пролог зашел, девушка спереди даже шагов прибавила. Я могу представить, о чем она подумала. Aptitude. What is that? Colony sounded like a nice central-level career for a person of your skills. Abandon humanity's reach by civilizing the cosmic frontier was ambitious enough, without worrying about your day job. You had the rest of your life to decide how to be useful and healthy. Bonus determination. Select the career aptitude that your character possesses. Each aptitude corresponds to a small bonus. Только один можно выбрать. Да типа эти. Один бонус к чему-нибудь. Я перевожу с языков, которые я знаю. Псевдо-японский я не знаю. Так орнулся то. Так, тут. Duration. Full story. Ну, буду качать, короче, в харизму. Evaded. Так, внешность. Ну, тут же от первого лица игра. Все равно не важно, какое лицо особо. Здесь же диалог не как в Mass Effect, ну, В Mass Effect там важно. Здесь диалоги типа от первого лица. На движке я не знаю. Я Mass Effect первый перепроходил. Пока только первый. Там я внешность не меняю. Когда есть какая-то стандартная персонажа типа внешность у Шепарда, меня устраивает. Да, это опасно. Я обычно... В Black Desert я, когда пробовал играть, я использовал шаблоны чьи-то. Чуть-чуть подправляя чьи-то шаблоны, потому что я сам в Black Desert вообще не получалось сделать нормальных. Застоковый тян версии Шепарда. Ну, типа, мужчина более каноничный. А я помню, мы про Dragon Age, помню, говорили давно. В Dragon Age, например, во втором Dragon Age там Хоук женщина. Я считаю, более канонично. И в третьем Инквизитор женщина. Проснулся. Грязь, как в Скайриме. Зачем вообще нужна эта грязь в редакторе? Кто-то вообще использует? Я проснулся сегодня и хочу создать персонажа, который весь в грязи, да? И классические шрамы, типа. Через глаз. Ну, там и из-за романа с Андерсом мне нравится то, что женщина, Паук, женщина больше вариант. Третьим из-за Солоса.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 10%. Skip drive
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Захотел что-то подобное, похоже на Origins поиграть. Да, мне Dragon Age нравится. Все время хочешь что-нибудь переиграть, но смысл, если я там помню все.
His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Origins полностью 2 раза прошел, очень порос не до конца. Хей, Кортни. Ай.
You've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Я Mass Effect очень короткий, я прошел его за субботу и воскресенье.
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
We landed on someone. Don't tease me with working sounds command. What happened to your chatbot? Doesn't work? Thought the sound were in game. That was from Star Wars. Did you have a better sleep with less sickness? Yeah. You sleep better when you don't have a high body temperature. Try to move over to Phantom Bot again. Now no sound commands work. I see. I will stick to the same chatbot until it stops working. You can save anytime. А что-то похоже на Dragon Age? Даже особо и нет. Либо Gridfall из новых, либо Finder. Наверное. Что еще? At least I can use sound commands here, at least. My character. Сюжетный экшен РПГ. Их вроде куча, на самом деле. Вот нифига. было куча, потому что, ну, их было куча в 2000-х, когда BioWare делали каждый год по игре. А они перестали делать, и ничего нет. Типа Инквизиция особо и нет. Такая партийная РПГ, нормальной графикой, с компаньонами там. Baldur's Gate сейчас выйдет, третий только. Пара игр. Ну. Aramid ballistics will keep your skin intact. Armor management. Drag armor or helmet items up to the equipment slots to wear them. Skill bonus, tech skills +5. This suit is designed to be used in hibernation. Pause. Standard gear for every colonist making the long journey to Hell. Got back from a walk that was really far from your house. Is it still quarantine? Like you're not supposed to go for a walk? Or it's not a quarantine anymore? The tutorial? Phineas needs your help to set things right in Halcyon, but you will need transportation first. The smuggler took your meeting location a bit too literally. Guess that means his ship is yours now. Yeah, we fell on him. Ну, короче, да. Так-то игры выходят каждый день по 10 штук. Но если хочется поиграть что-то типа Dragon Age, особо ничего и нет. While sneaking, use tall grass, rocks or other cover to hide from enemies. Кровь как варенье. Dad told me and my mom to get in the car and he drove us just out of the city limits and kicked us out of the car and told us to walk home. It's okay though, he wanted us to get actual exercise. Yeah, it's good for health, I guess. Обидно как-то даже. Ну, когда хочешь что-то специфическое. Что это такое? Типа что-то специфическое, похожее. В таком случае очень мало вариантов. Например, мне нравилось, я даже ролик делал, игры типа Командос. Такие тактическая стратегия. Их долго не было. Типа вот вышел Shadow Tactics. Сейчас Desperados выходит. То есть в 2017 году вышел, был Shadow Tactics про самураев. Если ты хочешь поиграть что-то похожее, то самое похожее это как Командос, который вышел 20 лет назад. И все, больше ничего нет. Именно похожего реально. При том всем, что игр 1000. Great. You have low health. Use the emergency medical inhaler to heal. Each activation consumes... There is double jump. Пора самому сделать сюжетный партийный РПГ с блэкджеком и магией крови.
Hey, you, come here.
Займет это пару десятков лет.
You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings.
Надо погромче сделать. I need to make it louder, put the volume higher. Medical 5, sit still, I'll patch you up.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
What happened to you?
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
We walked from the outskirts of the city to our house. It was real nice. The weather, though, it's favorite temperature, and to feel the rung on your legs and going through your hair. No, I thought you would miss that so much. I thought about later, like download some audiobook and maybe like go out for a walk and listen to audiobook. What's this about marauders?
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Wong and phone. Wait, lie, or intimidate. I've got a bad idea. Give me your gun. Now go get help. Someone grounded their ship illegally. Hunt them down for you. You're an idiot. Give me your gun before you get yourself killed. Let's persuade.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
I'm off. I need to make it louder. Really quiet.
Thanks for patching me up.
Can you tell me where I am?
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Do you know anything about Hope?
The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Okay, now I have a gun. You can have up to 4 weapons equipped at a time by dragging them up to the slots at the top of the screen. You can also inspect your weapons, compare them, flag them as junk, or break them down for parts. Players with the engineering skill can repair weapons on the screen. I also have a saber. Consumables. Okay. Had to link the local browser source where they are being played by Phantom Bot. Oops. Tartar sauce. Pre-sliced bread. Fast ration pill.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Tactical time dilation. Due to complications stemming from being revived after an extended hibernation, your brain processes time differently. Slows down the world, giving you time to think as well as take action. Have a limited time in this mode, standing still drains your meter. It's kinda like a VATS and Fallout. Rebuild mining gear. Hacking and picking locks. Your hacking and lockpick skills help you get into places you are not meant to be. Mech picks are used to break open locks, and bypass shunts are used to break computer encryptions. If your skill is high enough to break the security, you will see how many mech picks or shunts you need and how long it will take. I need 4. We'll use the pick locks. Stealing is not the answer. Stealing is the question. The answer is yes. Oh wait, even this one has more armor than mine. And it gives stealth skill. Spread. The skin of an entire adult spread. Did you know that spreads are found in every human colony world? Did you care? Lockpick now. Pick a lock. So it's automatic? There is now a minigame. The iconic Spacer's Choice telescoping staff can be modified in many ways, for additional cost, now available in Mark II. Two-handed melee. What kind of audiobooks were you thinking of listening to while walking? I haven't decided yet. It's either maybe some collection of stories, because it will be... I try to listen to some very long book, like 10 hours or 15 hours long book. I may have trouble finding where I stopped next time I continue listening on a mobile phone. But it's some fantasy, sci-fiction, something like that. or horror. But it'll be pretty weird to listen to a horror story while just walking down the street. Maybe fantasy. Bit cartridge. Cartridge storing an amount of bits used as currency in the colonies. Bits are an electronic currency generated by room-sized Earth Directorate miniframes. Back on Earth, they consist of non-duplicatable codes and ciphers and can be transferred from one cartridge to another. You've done that before, made you feel really paranoid. But yeah, I need to get some more exercise. Стрельба с Нью-Вегаса особо не поменялась. Ну тут что-то типа Нью-Вегас плюс старый Borderlands. Новый я еще не играл. Ну, я помню, вроде Найну вроде не понравилось Outer Worlds. Он такое говорил вроде.
Hey, get over here before you get yourself
Я
killed.
так вспомнил.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
В Новом Борде вообще не понравилась стрельба. Пробовал, да? После Дустана стрельба в половине шутеров никакушная. Ну, Destiny я мало играл. Как-то я... То, что я поиграл в Destiny денек, 2, особо не сказал бы, что там прям супер. Я много играл в Battlefield. Мне нравится в Battlefield в первом стрельба. А Borderlands сейчас лицензионный, стоит 300 рублей без DLC. More against the principle of people telling me what to do for no reason. But it was good for health, like I would not mind someone taking me far away from home, because if it's useful for health to walk back on foot. It's just a landing violation, let it go. So I heard I found one of your teammates holed up in a cave.
Really? How is he?
Still a moron. I'm hoping you're a little brighter. He'll make it. I helped him with the pain.
Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater. Just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
Во всяких батлах, колдах тоже хорошая стрельба. В Destiny просто есть разнообразный пушек, который тоже отлично чувствуется. А в Барде ты будто из одного пистолета стреляешь. Понятно. В чем вообще фишка Барды, в чем? Что там, например, в первой части, по сравнению с другими шутерами, оружие генерировалось огромное количество, как типа в Диабло, лут, или в чем там фишка. Первый Borderlands такой старый, что я помню еще из журналов про него статьи. Про то, что там будет 1 000 000 пушек. А оказалось, это типа 10 пушек, которые генерируются разные статы просто. Persuade. Do Spacer's Choice guards back down from a challenge? I bet you could get these marauders to tell you where the owner of the ship is. Lie. Guess I'll have to give you a 0 on my customer satisfaction survey. Let's wait.
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. And it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Still quiet. Треки тоже типа миллион пушек. На смысл.
We go. Wait for company ammo.
Helmet. If it was a random person kicking me out of the car, I would 100% be very pissed off. Or if a friend did that, so I don't always give people the benefit of the doubt. Ну, давай, спокойной ночи, Onion. Пока. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same weapon. Just better condition. Now I have a helmet. Piecemeal mining helmet. Hephaestus. Armor type light. One-handed melee. Marauder helmet. This helmet is made up of pieces of at least 4 other Hephaestus mining helmets, plus parts of a mummy. Hephaestus. It's a Greek god, but of what? Of smithing? A smith? Hephaestus.
Not just anyone is chosen to enforce landing regulations, you know? I had to fill out 4 whole forms.
Wouldn't care who it was if there is nothing in it, but because I say so and it must obey, I would rather not as principle, unless it's something telling me to mop the floor even though it's just done. Maybe someone wants to show you like a surprise, but doesn't want to tell you before it, so like a surprise. You have to go somewhere without reason.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move.
I'm not Marauder, I just have a helmet.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
What are you going to do? Self-destruct?
Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You realize we're on the ground.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Is this Hawthorne's ship?
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne was supposed to meet me when I landed.
I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location.
I can lie, marauders killed him.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
You get experience if you use persuasion or a lie. It's better lie, because you get more experience. I get it. You need me to be Captain Hawthorne, or you cannot fly.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Engineering 5. I doubt I will find a part like that just sitting in a garage.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
I'm the opposite of you in that regard. I would rather obey my parents than some SGT sergeant. I'm not made to be a soldier. I'm our student, that's proof enough. Yeah, Ada, I got it. Thanks.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Level up, nice. Skill improvement. On-sea Cleo management training. Every time you level up, you earn skill points to spend on improving your skills. Spending a skill point on a core skill improves all of the specialized skills in that group up to a maximum of 50. Every skill improves as it grows, but special unlock bonuses occur every 20 points. Yeah. Armor consumables and status effects can temporarily raise and lower your skills. This helps or hurts skill checks. You have gained enough experience to go up a level, opening a character ledger to advance your character. Points available 10. Unlocked. What is that? ED location hit effects. Not sure. Long guns. The next stuff will be handgun critical damage plus 50%. Defense. Improve your ability to avoid damage. The dodge skill increases the distance traveled in dodging and reduces the duration of harmful status effect. Let's increase lockpick. And medical. And a bit of ranged. You have unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hidden enemies in different locations during DD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see the different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Perks. Get a new perk point to spend every 2 levels. You can also acquire perk points through gameplay, such as by accepting a flaw. Acquiring 5 new perks makes the next tier of perks available for you. So there are 3 different tiers. More base health, tactical time dilation. That's understandable. Teenagers rebel, human nature. Did that too. I saw the same, like completely the same sentence somewhere recently about teenagers rebel, like the same words. Where was it? I don't remember. Like the same kind of phrasing. 100% the same sentence. The walk speed, the sprint speed, weapon durability loss, companion crit chance, vendor prices, more experience from companion kills. Unlock the ability to fast travel when encumbered. Tactical time dilation recharge rate, carrying capacity, that is very useful usually for me. Use maybe this one. So I will unlock the second tier only with the 5 perks. I need to be like level 10. And there are at least level 30. You can reach level 30 in the game. The Unreliable's power regulator has been damaged beyond repair and must be replaced. Ada suggested you seek help in a nearby settlement of Edgewater. There is no music, it's so quiet suddenly.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Lie. I don't have a job. Really? After I patched up your friend? Or you've got it all wrong, I am a Starship Safety Inspector.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Oh, wait, that's an active quest. Stranger in a Strange Land. That's fast travel. But wait, where's player location? Where am I? Here? Ah. Yeah, they're kinda a bit too strong for me. Primal hide. This recently harvested primal hide is still wet and covered in skin parasites. Properly processed at the leather facility could be made into a nice pair of shoes, or perhaps a jacket. It's alive. I thought it's like some like a corpse or something. The long messages. No problem. How was your dad growing up? You wrote, my dad's different growing up. He was more like a mom than your mom. He taught me how to do all the household things because my mom was more like, figure it out yourself, and my dad would get frustrated at her for doing it that way, so he did it. Yeah, my parents like to do some stuff differently. They do not agree at the same methods of doing some stuff. They would kind of teach me different ways to do it. But my father was mostly at work a lot of time. So I guess it was mostly my mother teaching me doing some stuff, or I was picking up more things from her behavior because I saw her more often. My father wasn't like he is strict, but he wasn't so strict to me. Didn't force me to do anything really. Not often. I don't know. It's I need to think about it a lot to explain.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Can I hide a weapon? Traditional father. Yeah, I guess like the most traditional classic father in a good way.
Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea.
Why do you say that?
It's in poor taste. Dressing up like a marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by them. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
They actually react that I have a Marauder's outfit, so everybody reacts to the clothes I have. Nice to meet you, I am Alex Hawthorne, Captain of the Unreliable. So we are trying to take his identity. Like pretend I'm an Alex Hawthorne now.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Do I talk to you about the power regulator?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work. You offering me a job?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You want me to collect what's owed to you? You can do that. Or you're making people pay for their own graves?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Not in the sense of it didn't show love or anything, but like in the sense of the general image of what that is. The definition of what traditional always changes. Hey, Ishkaret. Hi. Yeah, the general image of him was classic traditional, working a lot, to get money for the family. I don't know what kind of a criteria for the traditional, what other criteria? Difficult questions. How's it going? It's going okay. There is a you know there's a some good discounts on Epic Game Store. This game was pretty cheap. Just work and work. That's what a father is. So yeah, he is different. He is different from me. I don't work as much, at least right now. He was a good image. I would be a bad image. Played this game in 2019. Get with the times. What have you played? What else have you played recently? What I played a long time ago, maybe. You're playing Forbidden Siren, which some people played 15 years ago. Alright, I will collect your fees for you.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
You're not a father yet, so you're not be a bad image. You cannot be a bad image if you're not an image at all. Why is Abernathy a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Where can I find those people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
There was something else I wanted to ask you.
Yeah?
This town must be in a pretty bad shape if it's keeping you employed.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
You're not worried about falling sick?
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed.
How long have you been a junior in humor? Gravedigger? Whatever.
Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1... all my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
I have one more question. Why do you look like you're made of cottage cheese? Hey Dexter, hi. That's the question I cannot ask, unfortunately. You lose a lot of people to marauders?
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
What are they after? Loot?
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Okay, thanks for your time.
Beats working at the cannery.
Are all conversations conducted at the gunpoint? I was trying to find a button to hide the weapon, but I just didn't. I didn't find it. Keeping your company gear in tip-top shape is expected, and something you carry needs repair. You can repair weapons and armor at the workbench, using weapon and armor parts, get them from breaking down unwanted items. Players with engineering skill can repair the gear without need of a workbench. Engineering. Repair weapons and armor in the inventory. Oh, Maybe with next level up I can do it. I also have a Marauder outfit, so they kinda react to it, but I wear enemy's armor. I guess that's someone's house. Cool. I don't see anyone, so why not steal? Don't have enough lockpicks. House Bowl Divisional Championships this Saturday only at the Antibiotics Sports Arena. To finish AC Origins, I know how the Order of Assassins was established now, in a very exciting way. I haven't played yet. Today I saw a very long article on a Russian website why Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a bad game. Oh, look at that. You see there are a few, like on his hands, there are kind of gloves. There is not a rope, like a bit of clothing lying around on his hands. You can actually see it in real time when you move a camera near the weapon. You wanna kill dudes? Like, yeah. Cool, let's do this. Not a very exciting way. I can open it now. Criminal activities. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking, and murder all are considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in those activities. Yeah. Ambidextrine. Nasal stimulant. Dervish mist. Drugs. A metal ring inset with a gemstone. This ring has an identified gemstone inset into its metal accent frame. Probably not going to let you buy a new spaceship, but it's definitely worth a few bits. And a music box. This music box plays the happy Sisty Pig when its lid is opened. Consider yourself earwormed. It actually plays a bit of a melody when you pick it up. Don't do kids drugs or something. I don't know. Drugs. Don't do kids. Or on the call. Everyone says that Odyssey is better than Origins. Some people say they're both bad games. Some of my friends. But not sure what kind of story you can do. Feels like it will be the same game again. What will that Cassandra do? Join the Order? Fight the Order? Odyssey is supposed to take place at the same time. Odyssey, there is Cleopatra and Caesar, Cleopatra in Origins. So it's around year 50 before Christ. And Odyssey is 440. It's 400 years before Christ. 400 years before Origins. It's around before Alexander the Great. It's much longer. I mean, even older than Origins. I don't know if it's a good game or bad. It's a bad Assassin's Creed game. Like, it has nothing to do with previous Assassin's Creeds. But if you wanna play in an RPG about Greece, there is not much choice. Like, Odyssey is the only modern RPG, kinda action RPG about Greece, ancient Greece. I don't know. No assassins yet, but you see, it's even 400, even older, like 400 years older than Origins. So in Odyssey, they're totally not assassins. In Odyssey, you play as some kind of mercenary, I guess. So it's point of interest. The thing is with Ubisoft games is that they keep making the same game over and over again. The setting changes, the character changes, but the gameplay loop stays in essence. Yeah. I read today, actually, that they were making just a game about Greece and mythology. And when it was at least half finished, the publisher said they should make it Assassin's Creed game, because Assassin's Creed name and title and franchise sells better, so they had to change it. Add something and from previous Assassin's Creed games and it sells better, even though it has almost nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. I mean Odyssey. But all the houses are locked. Ah, I'm not even in the town yet. Wait. Like, it's a different location. There are items that just appear in a story without explanation, like that gauntlet with hidden blade. Then Odyssey explains that, and they talk about Alexander the Great in Origins for a brief moment. Because in Origins, you play in Egypt when it was after it was conquered by Alexander the Great. There is when he died, one of his generals, Ptolemaeus, he was his general, and he established a dynasty in Egypt. So it was called like Greek Egypt. Not a true old kind of Egypt. When you play in Origins, it's half Greek, half Roman, almost. And Odyssey is even before Alexander was born. It's when Greek were fighting each other, Sparta and Athens, and Persians. Brand recognition now. Assassin's Creed games sell well. Just wait for Assassin's Creed. Westeros, the Game of Thrones crossover. Greegypt, yeah. Greek Egypt. Egypt. Workbench. The workbench allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons. Yep. So I have a few handguns. The condition of the weapon deteriorates very quickly. I have used it for 10 minutes mostly, and it's 60%. Modificated. Tinker. I can increase its damage and break down. I don't have enough weapon parts to repair it. 30% Greek, 30% Rome, 30 some native Egyptians. He also explained the Assassin's Creed login origins in such a stupid way. You facepalm. Guess what? It's not an A. I don't know. I never thought it's A, actually. I thought it's a V. Like, but I don't know. Terminal. It was always A for assassins. I never thought it like that. Trouble ticket. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. What am I doing? What was that? Steps to reproduce. Turn on engine. Try it again. Try it again. Kick the loader. Curse injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. Clancy, I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his status of access again will clean out and reset. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out, likely on account of somebody's trying to restart him over and again. Need to rewind all the coiling and for. Okay, stator's working, but there is something else. Have to wait until it's quiet and spin him up for a listen. Sorry, I'm streaming super slowly, like I'm slow poke. Second time for the month. The usual. I looked up what Sparta is like nowadays, and it's not as impressive as it used to be. It was, I think Sparta was always pretty small, like a village. Like I don't think it was ever impressive, from what I read. It was pretty small, but it had strong warriors, apparently. Wanted dead or alive. Doc Mabel. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution, effective immediately, for Mabel Burgess, former Spacer's Choice physician, condemned on charges of dereliction of duty, disappeared from Edgewater with 2 parcels of adrenotime, at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, vandalism, and unlicensed practice of medicine on seditions criminals. Bertie Cotton, Guillaume Antrim, I want to play the Revolution now, but I don't want to play them with that stupid future storyline. The Revolution? You mean Unity? About France? This one? It doesn't have a future story. You're safe. You can play it. It just doesn't have it. Unity, but there is no future story. Unity. What? Because it had a future story up until Assassin's Creed 3, and it was finished. Like the Desmond story, after 5 games, was finished. So in Black Flag or Unity, there is almost no story in future at all. Like there are a few videos, a few audio logs, and that's it. In Unity it's a few minutes and that's all. Almost doesn't exist.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
From what I remember, it doesn't have a good story. Like it's again about assassins and Templars, but also kind of really unengaging and not so interesting. But it has a very cool atmosphere and some side quests. Like the city is huge and you have a lot to do. So if you wanna explore the city, side quests and puzzles, like live a few days in a revolution times, pretty cool. Shoot him in the face then. Yeah, I have an intimidate option. I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Report to me in the event of your death. That's difficult. I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Your vicar?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
Like my dad always said, don't come running to me if you break both your legs. Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Just kill him. By the way, did you get a Syndicate when it was free on Epic Game Store? I don't care, pay up. You have a very loose definition of the word prosperity.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
You have it from somewhere. Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I will let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
You just gave up your oxygen rights. Well. Can I steal it if I stay behind him? Energy cell? Yeah. What about light ammo? As well. I have Black Flag, Unity and Syndicate. Haven't played for any of them. I haven't paid. Yeah, that's nice. Free stuff is nice. Hot meals, cold meals, live music when available. It really bothers me. Can you hide weapon? You played it. Can you hide the weapon when you just walking around the town?
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Air button? I think it's just reload. No? I will try. Far Cry 5. Oh god, not sure if I want to play that on stream. I streamed Far Cry 3 a few months ago. And then finished it off stream. I don't know, why not stream it? Holding R hides it.
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
Why? What's going on here?
Figured it was obvious. I got sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for everyone's sake. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
Medical. I've got some training. I could take a look at you. Strength is locked. I'm not worried. I don't get sick often.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You obviously need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Yeah, if you press R, it hides it. Thanks.
Sick days come out of my pay.
Oh, nobody's watching. This guy looks like he's dead. Sorry. Let's steal.
Carry on.
Something's not right. Open fire!
What's going on? They are shooting at something? Ah, that's little creatures. Okay. Like, it's a separate town location. I don't think there are any kind of enemies. It really can appear here. My new armor.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
Staying long?
Nah, that's Cantina.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another 0G.
BRB. I'll be back. I'm back.
I don't know you.
So I can lie every time about I'm Alex.
Uh-huh. Be unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
It's a charm, but there is no count. There is no number for that. And what a fine establishment it is.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
Fine by me. Let's see what's on tap. What's this about deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
She looks like she hasn't slept in a week. I know that feel well. That's not a good feeling.
Coming right up.
Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialect skill. So I can buy 0G brew. I usually never used any kind of drags or stimulants all out. So where can I buy just some medicine, like a health pack or inhaler? What was that? No, not drugs. I guess in a drugstore, not in a bar anyway. Sell junk.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice.
I want to talk to Reed. Where can I find him?
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
You say that's like it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
That was something else I wanted to ask you.
Go ahead.
What's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Have enough Persuasion? I'm not trying to judge you, I'm just curious.
You're the first to ask after me in some time. I'll give you that. But I don't have a story to share. My family's worked Spacer's Choice for 2 generations, and I've lived in Edgewater just about all my life. Wanted to work in the sciences once upon a time. Would you believe it? That was a wild fancy. Glad I disabused myself.
Sounds like Spacer's Choice took care of you. Perception. So you had a dream of being a scientist. What happened?
What happened, you ask? What always happens when you're dreaming? I woke up. I just didn't have the brains for it. Asked too many questions. Wasn't suited to the work. So I did the right thing and worked the life I was always meant to live. Now that I'm behind a bar, I can ask all the questions I want. Important ones. Like, when are you gonna pay your tab? And would you like another round of cold, refreshing 0G?
Science 5. Asking questions is the foundation of science. The best scientists ask too many.
Don't talk to me that way, please. Spent many years disabusing myself of that notion. Don't need you putting it back in my head. Lab work ain't for me. Never was. Never will be. Spacer's Choice put me where I belong, and for that, I am grateful.
Sounds like Spacer's Choice took care of you.
They did. They gave me a life. Gave me a purpose. This is where I belong.
You've been scrubbing dishes all your life?
What's wrong with that? It's good, honest work. Pots and pans don't scrub themselves. Glasses don't fill themselves either. Unless you're in Byzantium. I hear everything's automated there. Not that I'll ever find out.
Yeah, thanks for the story.
Not so fast. I told you about my life. Your turn to tell me about yours. So, what's your story?
You wouldn't believe if I told you. I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
What's there to figure out? Stands to reason you work for a company. You ain't Spacer's Choice. Could be you're with Auntie Cleo.
Lie 6. That's right. I'm anti-Cleo worker.
Don't see what a Cleo worker's doing in Spacer country. Trying to eyeball the competition, are we? Well, good luck trying to figure yourself out. Sounds like you'll need it.
I choose all the options with lie or persuasion or some kind of a charisma options. What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
But it's true. I wish it was a joke. Honestly, I don't even know where I am. I'm not joking, my escape pod landed on the hills, on top of a guy.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some 0G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
That almost sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I think it's a mistake, living your life on everyone else's terms.
There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
Winslow. Is this one of the guys I need to find? No. Conrad, Ludwig's, Phyllis, and Abernathy's.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again?
Yeah, let's talk to everyone a few hours in a row. Yeah, you're drunk.
What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. Says so right on my permanent record.
Shouldn't I be working?
I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me.
You were injured?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
You sound like you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Okay. Oh, there's no one else to talk to. Can I go here? Not enough lockpicks. Open it.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
General store.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
I need to fix a ship. You know where I can find parts?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
I got some questions for you.
Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
Telling yourself that won't make it true.
You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Music to my ears.
Oh, he sells new weapons. It's no better than the one I have. Wait, how much money do I have? 300? Riot control armor. Standard troop armor. Still condescending. Armor type is light and this one is medium, but there are no skills, I think, for not like in Skyrim, like have different skills for different type of armor or Yeah, this armor must be better than just laboratory outfit. Well, at least something. And better than a marauder outfit.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
Oh, it's a church?
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Yeah. Have a good night, Ishk. I will go sleep soon as well. Good night. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
And why is that? I've been outside, I'm not impressed, and I can handle myself better than a vicar.
Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome sum, you say? More.
So you'll consider it? I do appreciate you hearing me out, and, your discretion. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name Mbakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Seems to me the authorities would be interested in to hear you're after this contraband text. Maybe I'll get your book and sell it to someone else. Okay, you make a compelling argument.
Glad we see eye to eye.
I will look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Companion quest. It's not a task, it's companion quest. Привет, Пикс. Я быстро зашел. Привет, удачи, до скорого. Как игра? Да я так поиграл только час еще. Пока особо не знаю. Пока нормально. Казалось однообразно. Ну... Все проходит с красноречием, но меня это устраивает. Я обычно так и делаю, если можно. Как в каком-нибудь планскейпе. Прокачал харизму, интеллект и всем зубы заговариваешь. Я так и вкачал. В диалог сразу. There is no one around. Let's use the terminal. The Edgewater Saltino canning facility strictly adheres to Spacer's Choice standards of health and safety. Schedule your sick leave with your Spacer's Choice foreman and/or supervisor. Be considerate toward the other members in the Spacer's Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick leave. So there's nothing to do? Гляжу с плойки. Да, я сам сейчас спать пойду. Давай там. Удачи. Спокойной ночи. Vending machines often offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. That's pretty cool. Restricted items on a vendor can only be purchased when you have high enough reputation. Or a hack skill. So they even sell weapons. I need to buy some, or find some other type of weapon, like light machine gun. That would do. I have only a light pistol. Machine gun would do. Or I need to find a weapon which uses a different ammunition. This one uses the same. Everything is happy in Courtney Land when there is food. I need to go buy some food tomorrow. There is like nothing left to eat in my house. Nothing at all.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
Nothing but Moose's food. Yeah, she has some food left. But I would rather not try it. Ah, it's open. Why not? Because it's not meant for humans. Help yourself to a refreshing tin of Spacer's Chow while you wait. Power source, Spacer's Chow's electrical transformer. Query. Geothermal facility. Disengage power regulator. I need a power regulator, right? I can steal it from here? The Emerald Vale region is powered by the Spacer's Choice Geothermal Facility. Spacer's Choice is proud to bring the colonists of Halcyon moderately innovative technology at a reasonable price. Unable to comply, the power regulator on the unit may not be disengaged while the transformer is active. Transformer shut down. In compliance with Spacer's Choice engineering and development policies, shutdown protocols have been disabled on all transformers. This is to prevent illegal tampering, upgrading, or theft. So I cannot. I have a chicken pot pie and a chicken sandwich and a burger, very odd meal that I haven't eaten yet today. I see. Yeah. That'll be cool, but too easy to pick up a power battery like that. Skipping all the quests. This building is kinda empty. There is no one here. Oh, a shotgun, nice. So can I use the weapon I stole? But it also uses the light ammunition. I need some weapon which uses heavy or energy. Traveler's weapon as well. Need to sell it. Ordnance control helmet. Gives me block. Stare that exploding bomb right in the face with this ordnance control helmet from Aramid Ballistics. What kind of food do you have left? Only cat food, and that's all. I also have some noodles and rice, that's all. Noodles and rice.
Please, Holcomb, I need to explain this aggressively. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked what...
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Going back to Tsar diet. My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
I don't know if it's controversial to talk about the famine in Russia. I don't think it's controversial. You can talk about it. Tell me what I need to do.
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Alright. Now, how will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
These workers must have left town for a reason.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
I don't know much about it, only from what I've seen in documentaries. Alright, Reed. I'll see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
You gain a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Combat support, their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities, inspirational skills. So I can change their weapons and armor. Have you ever met old people that have ever talked about it? No. Like I've met some old people who talked about the Second World War, like the veterans of the war, Nazis. But I think I never talked to anyone about famine. I don't think so. Has anyone in your family ever been a soldier?
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Let's talk when you're free.
Not my like parents, father or grandfather, but like great grandfathers. Yeah, there were a lot of people from my family were soldiers, like great grandfathers, some distant great uncles, but I have never met them. The people I know in person, like my father or grandfather, they are too young to participate in the war, and they were no soldiers after the war.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
What happened to the ones that were in the war? Some of them died during the war. Some of them survived, but they died before I was born. So all the people I've talked to, like or I've seen in person, who participated in the Second World War, they were not my relatives. Just like when I was in school, for example, like 10 years ago, they invited some veterans of World War II to meet with students, something like that. Or they asked on 9th of May, or around this date in May, they sometimes ask students to go to visit old people who participated in the war, like to gift some stuff. This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues. How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them? You were friends?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
Did you know this, Adelaide?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
We had to do that for school when I was college, huh? I see. You can't leave it at that. Why were Reed and Adelaide arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I actually talked to him, but before this conversation. Your dad's dad was in a war, but he had died when you were 5, so couldn't really ask him. I see. You had to ask your mom's dad. Made you think of him in a different way. What do we need to talk to the vicar about? Flipping a switch in your power mill? I met the vicar. He asked me to find a book for him.
Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leaving Miss McDevitt's folk to their fate. Their neighbors. Kin. And maybe he can think of something else to try. Something we ain't. He used to go walking outside town. Maybe he found something that'll help. It's just an idea. That's all.
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plagued? Ah, shit. I had some of his salt tuna.
You moron.
It was always so quiet, and after he told me about it, what it was, being there, what happened, it made sense. He was so quiet most of the time. I knew him. It's, yeah, the war is not a good memory or experience for normal people. Better not thinking about it. Ah, he wasn't. I kinda assumed. In the Korean War, but still the war. Anyway. Oh, I can maybe steal something. Some ammunition.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens here.
She had persuade and a lockpick skills, engineering. Wars don't solve anything, just causes death. Yeah. Constable.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
I know how you feel.
I haven't been here.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with your marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
I've got some questions for you.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
He's a scientist, we're acquainted. Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Looks like there's a bounty on his head. He kidnapped me, unfroze my body, and shot me into space. And then I landed here.
You are correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
Wish we had some better rations.
Where was the church?
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
The reason he was so quiet wasn't because he killed people or seen awful things.
I've always felt weird.
Then, why?
Clean.
He got married while he was there to a Korean woman. They had twins, boy and a girl, but the war was over, he had to come back. They didn't allow the soldiers to bring wives with. I see. That's complicated.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Ah, Miss Holcomb. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual counsel to those that need it.
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. I admit, I've been quite interested to make our outsider's acquaintance. Please get it.
You seem pretty concerned about this book. Care to tell me why?
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large, though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here.
Aurai wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked you to do. Asked us to.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Nah, she didn't want to talk to him. She wanted me to talk to him. She looked pretty afraid and confused when I chose that option. Cut off the power to Adeline's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Just to dream about seeing your grandpa young like from pictures. of him being stuck in a situation. You were the only one he told that. Yeah, that's really difficult situation. So, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are.
How did you know I'm an outsider?
I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Ms. Holcomb, who, for some reason, doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Maybe it's because you're so dismissive. Quite inappropriate for a vicar, isn't it?
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town.
Isn't it your job to raise that?
Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here.
Sometimes I think, why did he only tell me? But at the same time, I'm honored. Hold on a minute. Did you just refer to this town as a miserable place?
Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
I was actually asking what your religion was about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
What does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
How do you talk to this Grand Architect? Prayer? Meditation?
You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us.
It doesn't sound like a very motivational religious philosophy. What's there to aspire to?
We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything.
Don't forget to make a break.
The past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to Grand Architects ourselves, after a fashion.
Let's get back on track. I made a break once, and I will go soon, so...
What would you like to discuss?
No need to. Oh, level up. This religion sounds crazy. I guess you can say all religions, in a way, sounds crazy. I will not use melee weapons, so... Now I need to increase that. So increase leadership. The inhaler heals you and your companions, but they get 30% of the healing effect. That's useful. A bit of more dialogue on defense. I've unlocked a dialogue combat skill. Attacking the correct type of target, they are automatically debilitated. Kinda sounds similar to Scientology. But yeah, it's not a long stream today. My goal is to try to stream more often. So I will try to stream tomorrow, maybe. I will write on Discord. I have seen this game played before, don't really get it. It's like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas or Skyrim or Oblivion kind of RPG. If you haven't played any of them, so yeah, you have no reference. Like gameplay wise, you talk to people, then you shoot, and then you talk to people, then you shoot. Yeah, thanks for talking. Thanks for sharing. Have a good rest of the day. I'll go for now. See you later.